Tell me if this sounds familiar. You wake up before your feet even touch the floor. Before you have taken a single conscious breath, your mind is already in reaction mode. The unread messages, the meeting that did not go well yesterday, the thing you said that you are still replaying, the problem that does not have a solution yet, the day ahead loaded with demands that did not ask for your permission before arriving. And somewhere between the alarm and the first cup of coffee, the day has already taken something from you, before you did a single thing, before you made a single choice, just from the habit of waking up reactive rather than intentional. And here is what most people do not realize. That morning moment, those first few minutes when the mind is quiet enough to be shaped, is the most powerful window in your entire day. Not because of what you do with it, because of what you say. The words you speak over yourself in the morning, consciously or unconsciously, set the frequency for everything that follows. If you wake up already calculating what could go wrong, that is the lens you carry into every interaction, every decision, every opportunity the day offers. But if you wake up with 7 specific, deliberate, stoically grounded lines that anchor you to who you are and what you stand for, before the noise begins, everything changes. Not because the day gets easier, because you become the kind of person who can handle it differently. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius did not just happen to govern one of the most powerful empires in history from a place of quiet discipline. He built that discipline, morning by morning, through the practice of deliberate self-direction before the world arrived. 7 morning lines, each one drawn from Stoic philosophy. Each one tested not in comfort, but under real pressure by real people carrying real weight. Say these every morning, before your phone, before the news, before anything external, and watch what happens to your day. But first, before we begin, I want to ask you to commit, not to me, to yourself. Commit that from this morning forward, you will give your first moments of the day to yourself, not to the algorithm, not to someone else's crisis, not to the reactive mind that wants to start solving before it has even set its intention. To yourself. If you are ready, stay with until the very last line. Each one builds on the one before. Do not skip any of them. And if you already feel something in these words, something that sounds like what you have been needing to hear, let me know in the comments. Right, I am taking my mornings back. Let us begin. Before we go into the 7 lines, if this channel has been part of your growth, if these videos have given you something real to work with, subscribe to Stoic Blueprint. This is where the work happens. Every day, without excuses. Hit subscribe and let us continue. Morning line 1. Today I choose my response, not my reaction. Most people start their day having already surrendered the most important thing they own, their ability to choose. Not their schedule, not their productivity, not their goals, their response. The moment you wake up in a reactive state, already calculating threat, already anticipating conflict, already operating from the low-grade anxiety of someone who expects the day to happen to them, you have handed control to whatever arrives first. And something always arrives first. The difficult message, the unexpected problem. The person who is operating from their own unresolved tension and who will direct it at you the moment they get the chance. And if you are already reactive, you will meet all of it from a position of contraction. Your voice will carry a different energy. Your decisions will come from a different place. Your presence in every interaction will communicate something that no amount of preparation can undo. That you are being driven rather than driving. Marcus Aurelius returned to this truth every single morning, not because he had mastered it, because he kept needing the reminder. He wrote, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space, almost invisible, measured in seconds, is the most important piece of real estate in your entire life. And this morning line is how you claim it before the day tries to take it. When you say, 'Today I choose my response, not my reaction,' you are not making a promise about how the day will go. You are setting an intention about who will be present in it. not the reactive version of you that was built in old circumstances. The deliberate version, the one that has been trained to pause, to breathe, to choose. Say this line when you wake up, before anything else, and you will find that the day's first test, whenever it arrives, is slightly easier to meet from the right place. Not because you suppressed the reaction, because you claimed the choice before the reaction had a chance to claim you. Drop this in the comments if you are ready to start choosing instead of reacting. My response is my power. No one takes it from me today. Line 2. I will not shrink faces I have outgrown. There is a specific kind of exhaustion that comes not from doing too much, but from making yourself smaller than you are. You know the feeling, the version of yourself that tones down an opinion so someone else stays comfortable, that agrees when you disagree, that stays in rooms, conversations, relationships, environments that no longer fit who you are, because leaving feels riskier than the slow suffocation of staying. And you have been doing it so long that the shrinking has started to feel like just who you are. It is not who you are. It is what you learned to do to survive in spaces that were never designed for the full version of you. Epictetus, a man who had every external reason to make himself small, refused to do it internally. He wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself, and mastery of yourself begins with you to betray yourself for someone else's comfort." This morning line is not about arrogance. It is not a declaration of superiority or a preparation for conflict. It is a quiet, private, deeply personal commitment that today, in the meeting, in the conversation, in the moment where the easier version of you wants to step forward and apologize for taking up space, you will choose the actual version instead. Not loudly, not aggressively, simply, fully. When you say this line in the morning, you are building the muscle of self-honoring, slowly, day by day, until the version of you that shrinks to be liked is replaced by the version that is simply, completely, unapologetically present. And you will find, over time, that the spaces worth being in will expand to meet you. And the ones that will not, will show you clearly that they were never yours to begin with. Drop this below if you are done making yourself small. I take up space without apology. I belong exactly where I choose to stand. Line 3. My energy today goes only where it is worthy of going. Your energy is not unlimited. You know this. You have felt it. The way certain days leave you depleted by noon even though nothing dramatic happened. The way certain people cost you 3 times what they give. The way certain environments seem to actively drain the clarity and motivation that you arrived with. And yet, without a clear intention set at the start of the day, your energy goes wherever the day sends it. To the argument that was not worth having, to the worry that had no solution, to the comparison that produced nothing except the quiet corrosion of your confidence. Seneca wrote with the urgency of someone who had wasted years and understood the cost. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a great deal of it. The waste he was describing was not just time. It was energy, attention, the irreplaceable aliveness of a person choosing to pour themselves into things that were never worthy of the pouring. When you say this morning line, "My energy today goes only where it is worthy of going," you are not making a schedule. You are making a standard. Before every conversation, every commitment, every decision about where to direct your focus, this line becomes the filter. Is this worthy of me? Not is this convenient? Not is this expected? Not will people be upset if I redirect my energy elsewhere? Is this worthy of the finite, irreplaceable energy of someone who has decided to live deliberately? When the standard is set in the morning, the individual decisions throughout the day become clearer, less negotiable,
less vulnerable to the guilt and obligation and accumulated yeses
that used to consume what should have been directed toward what actually matters. Protect your energy the way you would protect your most valuable resource. Because it is. Write this in the comments if you are claiming your energy back. My energy is sacred. Today I spend it on what is worthy of who I am. Line 4. I am building something that cannot be taken from me. On the difficult days, the ones where nothing is going the way it should, where the effort is not producing visible results, where the doubt is louder than the conviction. You need something that holds, not a motivational feeling, not a temporary boost. A foundational truth that is true regardless of how the day is going. And this is it. You are building something that cannot be taken, not the job that could end, not the relationship that might change, not the reputation that depends on other people's perception, or the achievement that requires circumstances to cooperate. Your character, your discipline, your values, the specific daily unrewarded practice of becoming the person decided to be, these I, completely, unconditionally, regardless of what the day produces or fails to produce. Epictetus understood this from a position of absolute external poverty. Everything he owned could be taken. Everything external was at the mercy of forces beyond his control. He wrote, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." The tranquility he described was not passive acceptance. It was the deep, grounded peace of someone whose most important possessions could never be confiscated. When the day feels like it is working against you, when the results are slow and the effort feels invisible, this morning line is the anchor. I am building something that cannot be taken. The patience I practiced today, the standard I held when it would have been easier to lower it, the work done well in the absence of any audience or reward, the version of myself that showed up fully even when the circumstances gave me every reason not to. That is being built right now, in this day, in this moment, and nobody can take it. Drop this below if you are building something that lasts. What I am building inside me is permanent. No one and nothing can take it away. Line 5. I choose difficulty today before it chooses me. Here is the thing about the hard thing you have been avoiding. It does not go away when you avoid it. It grows. Where avoided difficulty tends to expand far beyond its actual size. In the habit where avoidance practiced daily builds a mind that flinches from challenge reflexively. In the life where the accumulated weight of everything you have been putting off eventually arrives all at once in the form of a crisis you did not choose and were not prepared for. The Stoics practiced voluntary, not as punishment, as training. Epictetus wrote, "First, say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." The what you have to do almost always contains something difficult, and the person who has trained themselves to choose difficulty before it arrives. To do the hard thing first. In the morning, before the comfort mechanism has had a chance to construct its case, is the person who faces the day's inevitable challenges from a completely different position, not as someone who has been cornered into difficulty, as someone who chose it. That distinction between chosen difficulty and imposed difficulty changes everything about how it feels and what it builds. When you say this morning line, "I choose difficulty today before it chooses me," you are identifying the specific thing you have been avoiding and committing to meet it today. Not perfectly, not without fear. Before the comfort and the excuses and the 100 reasonable sounding reasons to wait until tomorrow. Today. And every morning you honor that line. Every day you do the difficult thing first. You collect evidence. Evidence that you can be trusted by yourself. That your word to yourself means something. That the person you are declaring yourself to be in the morning actually shows up in the afternoon. That evidence accumulates into the most unshakable confidence available to a human being. The kind that was not given, the kind that was built. Write this if you are done waiting to feel ready. I do the hard thing first, every day, without waiting for permission or the perfect moment. Line 6. I release what I cannot change and build what I can. There is a specific kind of suffering that has nothing to do with what is actually happening in your life. It comes from the hours spent in argument with things that already happened. The decision that was made, the conversation that went the way it went, the opportunity that closed, the person who chose what they chose, regardless of what you needed them to choose differently. And you have been carrying that argument, replaying it, relitigating it, running the alternate versions, as if enough thought could change what has already occurred. It cannot, and the Stoics were mercilessly clear about the cost of this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The strength he was pointing toward was not the strength of effort. It was the strength of release. The specific, practiced, daily discipline of returning your energy from what cannot be changed to what still can be.
This morning line does two things simultaneously.
It releases, which is not giving up. Releasing is the refusal to spend today's resources on yesterday's unresolvable. And it builds, which is the immediate, practical, forward-facing redirection of that recovered energy into what is actually yours to create. When you say this line in the morning, you are drawing a clean line. What has happened, released. What is still possible, claimed. And that line, drawn daily before the mind has had a chance to wander back to what it cannot fix, is one of the most powerful acts of self-governance available. Because the person who is not consumed by what cannot be changed is the person who is fully available for what can be. That availability of mind, of energy, of presence is the most productive state you will ever access. Drop this below if you are ready to stop carrying what was never yours to fix. I release what I cannot change. I build what I can. Today, I move forward. Line 7. I am becoming the person my future self will be grateful for. The final morning line is the one that ties all 6 together and gives them a direction, because discipline without direction is just suffering. Intentional mornings without a long-range vision produce short-term self-improvement that eventually asks, why am I doing this? This line answers that question, not with an external goal, not with a destination that depends on circumstances cooperating, with a person, the specific, internal, deeply personal version of yourself. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, who will either look back on today with gratitude or with the quiet regret of someone who knew what was required and chose comfort instead. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. Ask what is demanded of a person of good character. Do that." The person your future self is grateful for is not the one who had the best days. It is the one who showed up on the hardest ones. The one who kept the non-negotiable when every excuse was available. Who held the standard privately when no one was watching. Who did the work in the ordinary moments. The ones that felt too small to matter, that turned out to be the only things that did. When you say this morning line, I am becoming the person my future self will be grateful for, you are not making a promise about what you will achieve. You are making a commitment about who you will be in the process. And that commitment, held daily, renewed every morning, honored in the small moments between the visible ones, compounds into something extraordinary. Not in a single transformation, in the quiet accumulation of ordinary days lived by someone who knew what they were building and refused to betray it. Your future self is watching today, not with judgment, with hope. That today is one of the days that made everything else possible. Make it one. Drop the final line in the comments if you are doing this for the long game. I am building someone my future self will be proud of. Every day, starting today, 7 lines, said every morning, before the world begins. Let me give them back to you one last time together, as the complete routine. Read them. Say them. Feel the intention of each one before you step into the day. 1. Today I choose my response, not my reaction. 2. I not shrink to fit spaces I have outgrown. 3. My energy today goes only where it is worthy of going. 4. I am building something that cannot be taken from me. 5. I choose difficulty today before it chooses me. 6. I release what I cannot change and build what I can. 7. I am becoming the person my future self will be grateful for. These 7 lines will not solve every problem the day brings. They will not remove difficulty or guarantee success or protect you from everything that is still outside your control. But they will do something more important. They will make sure that the person who meets the day is the person you intended to send. Not the reactive one, not the shrunken one, not the exhausted one who woke up already losing. The deliberate one, the one who knows who they are and what they stand for before anyone has had a chance to suggest otherwise. That person, showing up consistently, built morning by morning through the practice of 7 deliberate lines, changes everything, not in a day, in the accumulation. Start tomorrow morning, 5 minutes before the phone, before the news, before anything external. 7 lines, and watch what the day becomes when it is met by someone who already knows who they are. This is Stoic blueprint, built for the ones who are done letting the morning happen to them and ready to happen to the morning. If this gave you a routine you will actually use, share it with someone who needs to take their mornings back. There is a video on the screen right now that goes even deeper. I will see you there.